Hello everyone, we are back. It's race 2 and well, the grid's almost here. We're just waiting on them to get to the grid, so Farry of course starting on pole, your pole sitter for the main race, which should have been the amount of laps on the last one. But yeah, a few people aren't here, so they won't be classified, but with that, that's not how you're supposed to start. We hit start, the 5 lights go on. And it's lights out and away we go. It's a slow start from everyone there. I think they're just trying to get the traction down in this wet weather. So, for now, the 11 cars on the grid set off into turn 1. A few of the corners are slightly different from the last race to hopefully reduce the amount of cars flying off into barriers on the gravel, as it is very slippery due to the rain. And the final chicane has been slightly altered to hopefully improve the amount of drivers crashing there being less. As well as that's basically it. As well as the pit lane being more strict, due to the fact one driver was constantly abusing it the last race. So we through the first hairpin. For the first time they go through the hairpin chicane, and we'll see what's able to come from this. Through they go. See, it's very fast. Denvy catches the end of it. So does Rocky. Dutchy into the pit lane. Mihailo as well into it. So it has been made easier, but it's made faster. So they're all making mistakes now. Farry still leading from pole. Carl is up there as well with Chicken in the mix. So as we can see, yeah, Farry just fighting here with Carl. Chicken dropped out of it slightly. I think Farry is just trying to keep ahead of the current championship leader. Of course, points updated after both races. Afsik joining too late to drive, I feel there. I'm not too sure. I think he might actually be driving. I can't actually tell, but he might be. Who really cares at this point? If he's left, then oh well, he should have joined. And the ping was Chicken had 2 purple sectors. Currently, it's Carl who is the fastest man on track. So the man in P2 could become the man in P1 in a matter of seconds, which I think he just has. Nope, Farry stays in front just for now. Lap 3 we go. See, Denvy defending there from Rocky. Of course, that lap 1 incident in the chicane costing him slightly. Farry still in the lead. The chicane is flat. You just need to try and get the right line through it. As we can see, they're all trying it again, making it hard to do so. But lap 4, the race should die down pretty soon. So for now, Goose is fighting with Mihailo, and at the back is Dutchy. So whether or not he's had his own incident, which he probably has, we will find out later. Because at the moment, it's Farry leading from Carlin, Sways, Chicken versus Flo for 4th, Rocky there in 5th. So Oh, and Carl flips, and that's going to be a VSC. Full VSC is out. It would be a safety car, but we don't know. We're going to treat this like a safety car. Farry, slow down, please. We're using this like a safety car because we don't actually have a safety car. So everyone catch up to the back of Farry. Farry, stay slow. Farry, stay slow. Everyone catch up to Farry. Sways, catch up to Farry, please, mate. Thank you, thank you. This now brings Dutchy back into it. From now on, a flip will be an instant safety. I should have said that at the start of the season, but I think we have been anyway. So early safety car there for Carl. Carl's still able to go. Lap 5 we're on. Safety car coming out on that lap. We're waiting on Dutchy. We might be able to go this lap if Dutchy's fast enough. So. And we're not going to go green this lap because Dutchy is too far behind. So next lap, safety car will be in. And whether or not these guys want to pit is another story. If they do, it might help. No one goes in. Oh! And that's a disconnect from Denvy. But under safety car, he will be allowed to rejoin. Because it is under safety car. Denvy will be able to rejoin because it's under safety car. So safety car will be ending this lap. Farry will continue at this speed till the final corner. There's really needs to be a safety car line, but there isn't one. So there is a safety car restart line after the final corner, Farry. So I'll just quickly make it a different color so you know where it is. Also gonna remove collisions, which the collisions are off, but so collisions are off. You're going from here, Farry. You're going from that line, and you can overtake before the safety car has crossed the start-finish line. Whether he goes now is a different story, which he's done. So the green flag is out. You can start racing from here. Yeah. My oh my. So Farry continues to lead that restart there. So safety car restart leader is Farry. Race leader so far has just been Farry. Sways is now up to P2, so he could be in with a chance here of getting a few points on his teammate between the two, between this race and the next race we have, which is later next week somewhere, which I Poland, the Tor Warsaw, or whatever it's called. I'm sorry to all the Polish people I've offended by saying that, but that is where we will be racing next weekend. Brought to you by a fictional Polish company, by AF6. So, yeah, lap 8 of racing. Goose is at the back, and I thought we saw our race leader sliding there, but just got a bit deep. Goose is miles off the track in the final sector there. He just gets back going again. Luckily enough for him. Farry, Sways, and Chicken all in the lead there. It's hard to see who really is. It is just Farry who's had that lead. So yeah, Farry's leading. P2 is Chicken for now, but P3 is Sways, which is crucial for the Shoulders Championship fight, and is crucial that Carl can try and get ahead of a few other people ahead of him to try and maximise his championship lead, because I believe he can win it earliest of next weekend. I need to double check the point standings after this weekend, but with that win, it has definitely cemented him at the top of the table, for now at least. So, yeah. We see in the lead still. It's those three: Farry, Sways, and Chicken. Chicken provisionally in front of the pack. Sways as well going for a double. Just can't get it done there, but Chicken has taken the lead. And I think that's all Chicken cares about at the moment. So Lamborghini officially leading a lap here. Much to the pleasure of gold there. I feel, and Sways hits the wall. So he bounces off the chicane. Carl as well brushes the wall. So Flo is promoted up into P3. Not the best lap for the team there, but we continue along. There's a lot longer to go. We're barely even half. We're not even a third of the way through yet. Goose, unfortunately, right at the very back, but yeah, not really much to say on that subject of him being last. You see there, Chicken still leading. Farry P2, Flo P3, Carl P4, Sways P5. Top 5, the closest group here on the track. The rest of the field sort of dispersed and disbanded. Goose there lagging. I thought he disconnected, then I got quite scared. Chicken currently has the fastest lap. So can we see him possibly gaining an extra point from that? Mihailo's car's randomly shut off, but he's back going again. I don't know how to fix that, Mihailo, but keep your head in the game and keep pushing for it. We can eventually see what you can do with that car that you have, that lovely BMW car. Yeah. Carl there on Flo. So Flo, a new signing in the season. He's replaced Cashman there. And he's deep. He's going to slide back onto the track. The rain should be disappearing here. Sways into the pit lane. That should be for his registered stop. If he's made a mistake, I might as well pit given his crash. Yeah, he's in for a pit stop there. He's going to fall down the order. Jumps in, jumps out really quickly. Milo's car shuts off again. He's still going, so I don't quite know what the problem is. Rocky is spun there. He should be able to get back on the track fine enough. We go back to the fight for the lead. It is still Chicken now has a really big lead, and Carl is now up into P2. Not quite I think Farry may have had a disconnection there. No, he hasn't. He's just fallen miles back. Carl's in the pit lane now, and Flo is hard into the wall. Hopefully this race he'll be able to recover something good from this race. I'm hoping he does, because the last one is not representative of how fast he can be. So, Carl comes out. Is he going to be in P4? He might be. To fly above, Sways into the wall again in the final corner. It's not going well for the Brit there at the back. So, You see their Chicken passing Goose. Goose now lapped on lap 14. Farry P2. Flo still P3. Carl behind Dutchy now. He would be P4, but that pit stop really set him back. I think they're waiting for another sort of safety cars to really spice things up. Goose off again. So, bad news for him so far. So he's going to have to do a mega drive here to try and fix his way back up the field. Goose there as well into the wall. I think he's had a big problem. He has. He's back going again, though, so... Chicken has a huge... If I were Chicken, I'd be thinking of a possible pit stop here because he's got such a lead. Oh, and that's Dutchy into the wall in Sector 2. Luckily, he goes back onto the track so he can go green again. Farry's in. It's going to be a good stop from him. We'll see. We'll go down close. Let's have a look. Where will Farry come out? Oh, he's jumped out too fast. Lap 15 of 33. We're nearing the half race distance point. Flo there is now the car between him and Chicken. Chicken, I believe, would be looking at a possible pit stop here because he's miles in front of the nearest car. Andre's found himself in quite a nice position here. Whether or not that will last is a different question, but Carl is now back up into the podium places, so for his championship charge, it's a really good sign. Flo comes over the line, 18-second gap. I would be thinking thinking that Chicken could possibly make a pit stop in this race for the lead, and Goose goes off again. Not quite sure what his problems are, but they seem to be prevailing. Mihailo, I don't know how to fix your problem, my friend. It doesn't appear that there's anything causing it. He's back going again, so... Yeah, Mihailo, I don't know what's causing it, my friend. I don't... Dutchy's in the wall. Big moment there for the driver. Goose making a pit stop there. Car rotates itself in a weird way. That's fine, Mihailo. We're now over half race distance, so will Chicken choose a pit stop? No, he won't. He's going to stay out for a lot longer. Goose has retired. I thought he was making a pit stop, but no, he's a retirement. So Mihailo will finish ahead of Goose, due to him being ahead on track. Carl is now getting ahead of Flo here, so those two really dicey with each other. Carl getting through. Carl is now the man in P2. Chicken, 21-second gap. If I were him, I'd really be thinking about a pit stop. Race continues along. Not much really, apart from that small battle. Rocky's in. Comes back out. He's going to get lapped by Chicken here, but through the pit lane I think is the safest way to do things. So The game freezes in real time. It's a funky thing to see. If I were Chicken, I would definitely gamble on a pit stop here, because right now he is substantially further in front of the field than I was expecting him to be at this point. He could try the zero stop. We've seen Farry jumping to the pit lane, so I don't think it would be on the cards, really. So Sway's there managing to muster up a P5 after his woes in the pit lane. Dutchy's also in. Chicken staying out. Dutchy's now been lapped and has been passed by Rocky, so he falls down to P8, but there'll be some good points down there for him. At least he's constantly in the points, which is something you'd like. Flo's now in the pit lane there, so the man in P3 using the pit lane. Comes out. He's now behind Farry, so Farry's got on the podium from that. Game's freezing like nobody's business today. Chicken's in, the race leader, into the pit lane here. Dutchy's also in the wall again. He probably will come out ahead of Carl here. If he doesn't, I'd be surprised. Chicken, the pit lane line is there. Carl is full speed. It's going to be very close at the front end of the field. We'll watch from here to see where they go. Can Chicken hold it, or can Carl benefit from this? Carl at the moment has the better tyres, but Chicken makes a big mistake. Not sure what he tapped there, but he's off deep and in the gravel. That's not going to help. It's going to be a half spin. I'm going to extend that to help him out, because knowing him, he'd be stuck there for about 5 minutes otherwise. But that has thrust Carl into the lead of the race with a substantial margin to the nearest car, which in his championship position I wouldn't mind too much. And I think we've lost Farry in this race. I think we've lost Farry due to a disconnection. Wherever his car may be, it's in the chicane. Farry, another disconnection in the race for him. It was looking so promising for him to score some decent points, but he's out. If he chooses to rejoin his teammate's car is in the pit lane, that's the one he could pick up and use. But Farry is the next retirement in the race, and it goes from Audi double points to an Audi double fail to finish. What a shame for the team there. Almost on lap 23. Chicken's off again. He's slow. Was it a flip Chicken? Quickly say in chat if it was. Can't read that. No, well, he's just lost out to Swades from that. That's my fault completely there. And he's off again. It's going to extend this tile like that, so if people do go flying off there, they do at least have something to get back on track with. Flows past him as well. It's not looking good for Chicken. Chicken there being passed by Andre, who is lapped, so at least he's not being not losing a position there. He might not be lapped, actually. Chicken might be losing a place to Andre here. It's not looking too good for him at the moment, but Chicken loses a place to Andre. Chicken does technically have the fresher tyres against Andre and Flo, but it would take a big mistake for either of those two to really fall behind him again. And Rocky's off in the final chicane again. Him and Dutchy, the two really caught out by this race. Under less than 1/3 of the race to go, and it's set to be Carl's race again. Maybe it's Carl's time in double weekends where he can do the double twice. He won't be scoring the maximum amount of points from this weekend, but shame to the people that we've lost, including our pole sitter, who will be walking away with at least 2 points from this race weekend due to his pole position. I'm not sure how many points they've got from the last race that we did earlier this afternoon, but Chicken is now ahead of Andre, so he'll be claiming a P4. Sisu Racing is set to have one of their best finishes ever here, I feel, with both of their drivers in the top 5. We move to the elevated position as nothing too much is going on at the moment. Carl still leads. Dutchy's in the chicane again, and Sways went off. So that's a big mistake from him. Off in the final corner. You don't normally see people go off there. Andre now the most recent to go off. Luckily I added that escape road down there so you can rejoin the track quite easily. Because I know it can be a hassle trying to get out of there. I should have added that post haste. But, you know, all is fair in love and war, as they say. And for some, this is definitely a war. It's a war of attrition. I think one of the best quotes of all time. It's a war of attrition, not anything else. Andre continuing on lap 25 of 33. As we continue on, the lap's ticking down. It's set to be another win for Carl, but the question is, what will happen to the others on the field? I think that'll be a really important question. We come to find out later. If we don't find out later, then you guys left the stream. So Flo is slow in the chicane. Chicken is coming through. It could get close between those two. Flo could lose out on a podium here. And for now, he does. Chicken almost gets ahead of him. So close between these two. Rocky flipped. I've just seen that message, meaning it would be a safety car and he would be able to unlap. Now, given the fact Sways is in front of him, Sways, did he flip? Carl go gear 1, Carl gear 1, Carl gear 1, Carl gear 1. Everyone catch up to Carl. I'm going to trust Rocky in this. If he did flip, then here's the server. Carl and Sways 1-2 at the moment. So Andre's in. Rocky will be able to unlap himself here. This will be a relatively long safety car before the end. To choose the pit lane. Carl does not. That could pay dividend to his race. Dutchy as well, you're able to unlap. So if you just go full speed past past Carl. Yeah, Dutchy, just full speed past him. You are lapped, you can unlap here. Yeah, Rocky can go full speed as well. Sways is ahead. Rocky, just go full speed, mate. Full speed to unlap. Okay, I'm just going to quickly delete the tire wall so you guys can... So the lapped cars can CC to catch massively. Oh shit. Sorry, right, go. Reverse around and go. I didn't realise that you just turn around and go. That was my fault. That was a bit stupid, I will admit. Controller ran out and I had to tactically change it. You were lucky it was under a safety car there, chicken. Okay, yeah, cut. Cut, Andre, cut. Oh, what are you doing? There's no point now, you're too far gone. Look, you... Andre, could you give that Dutchie, could you give that place to Andre when he gets back to the safety car queue, please? That was on me. I didn't realise how close he was. Oh, before. When he was battling with Carl. Amazing. Now, this time around, your laps will be counted. If you all cut through, we can end the safety car quicker to get the final 3 laps done. It's a bit janky, I know. Follow the chicane through, and then you should go from the pink line, Carl, okay? So just straight line it. It will take less time. I know who had the real fastest lap. It's Carl at the moment. Rocky just had to CC and therefore get it, so... Or not. So, with that, safety car's over. Carl doesn't go yet. He's going to hold it late, I feel. And he's gone. Green flag going. Everyone is now in the race. 4 to go here. Rocky jumping ahead of Andre temporarily. We'll see what can happen. Flow goes deep. There's no stopping when you're on the gravel. He just manages to save it there. My oh my, what a way to save that. That was a classy save. Continuing along, at the moment it is Carl leading the race. Second is provisionally Chicken, but sways, darts to the inside to try and keep that position. I think he's just able to do it. If he is, then that will be a happy driver there. But Chicken is having none of it at the moment, and Chicken has to go to the pit lane. Chicken with a huge mistake darts into the pit lane. Dutchie as well spinning. Chicken's race is over. He has to adhere to pit lane speeds. Chicken is out of it. So at the moment it is the Shoulders 1-2. Which order they finish in, we don't know yet. Rocky's up into P3 now. Flo and Andre P4 and 5 for Sisu Racing. It's set to be their best joint result yet. Sways is also quite close to a penalty here, so he needs to tone down the corner cutting in the last couple of laps. Andre deep. He needs to try and keep this position. Second and fourth and fifth for Sisu would do greatly in their championship fight to try and boost them back up the order. 2 to go here, and it looks like both Shoulders cars have the race checked out, which would be absolutely insane if they can get another 1-2 in this championship season. Would get the first team to get 2 1-2s. No team has done that yet. There's a lot of records being broken this weekend. Around the final corners, around the final double hairpin they go. One more lap. When they cross the start-finish line, Rocky could score BMW's maiden podium, I do believe, here. If he can, that would be absolute pandemonium from his teammate who unfortunately retired. A weird weekend it has been so far, and with one more lap remaining, Flo has to take to the pit lane. It's a big mistake for Flo, but he's had to take to the pit lane. His teammate is going to go past. Dutchy might get past him here. Out the pit lane he goes. He can go from there, but Dutchy does get through. Dutchy's up into P5. Flo could be on the glimpse of a top 5 finish, but I don't think it will happen. At the moment, it is still Carl leading. I'm not sure if Carl will give it up to his teammate Sways here or not, because Carl really does need these points. Albeit the people he's fighting against aren't racing at the moment, because they're either retired or they didn't start the race. But all the points are necessary, so he's going to do the final chicane for the last time. He will have the fastest lap. Through to the start-finish line. Shoulders finishes 1-2. Carl takes the win. Second is Sways by half a second. In third is going to be Rocky for a third row racing podium, I do believe there. Do correct me if I am wrong in general, Rocky. P4 for his best finish ever is going to be Andre. P5 is Flo, Sisu's best finish in the championship. 6 is going to be Dutchy, and in P7 will be Chicken. Unfortunate end for his race for Chicken. Really, really unfortunate. Come on, Chicken, cross the line. I'll even move it closer for you. There you go. Roblox moderation having to change that message for us. So, drivers get back to the pit lane. That'll be the end of the stream and the end of our weekend here in Spain.